that one is nice. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today's June 7th and the first day of NAIC at New Orleans in Louisiana. This time I came with some friends, so we are staying at this pretty nice little hotel here. It's pretty cool. It's the first time that I end up staying at a hotel during one of these days, and that's just because I came with some friends this time. And yesterday was Thursday, which was actually the day that we arrived, and that day I actually ended up driving us here. And it was I drove the full night before, so we left late Wednesday night, and I drove all night, pretty much got here at 6 a.m. And then yesterday, Thursday, we ended up going to get our badges and stuff, and we went to the Pokémon Center, and I got this really cool shirt, so really happy about this shirt, and I'm going to be wearing it today for day one. And then for the event for NAIC, I did decide to go with Raging Bolt EX, but this is my list. It's a little bit different than other lists because it does have the potential for pulling off the Greninja play, so I do add 2 waters into my deck. And right now it's about 7 a.m. We're gonna get some breakfast, and then we'll head over to the venue, and I'll show you everything that NAIC has to offer. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so game 1 just concluded, and As I expected, before the round started, I did end up playing against Lugia. I'm playing my Raging Bolt playmat, Ogre Pawn deck sleeve, so when someone decides to go first, when they see that, you know they're playing Lugia, and that's exactly what happened. Played against Lugia, first game, and it was actually a very interesting match. First game, I actually ended up using Forest Seal Stone under their jamming tower, and none of us caught it because I didn't mean to do it. I didn't do it in purpose. I just was mainly thinking that it was more so to affect Bravery Charms and not so much Forest Seal Stone. And because Forest Seal Stone generally works under Path, I don't know, I just wasn't thinking about it, and I played Forest Seal Stone under the Tamming Tower, and he didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. I took my turn, got a prize card, went to his turn, and when he was going to go to attack, he was like, should I discard my stadium or not? And that's when he realized, oh wait, Jamming Tower, how did you use Forest Seal? Because I did use Forest Seal Stone for boss to knock out one of their Archeops. And when we realized it, we called over a judge, and the judge ruled that to be a double game loss because none of us caught it, and because we had gone so far into the game, it was a double game loss, which was crazy ruling. I've never heard about that. Like, I've heard of double prize penalties, a game loss, but never a double game loss. So that was strange. Kind of worked in my favor, not gonna lie, because that game one, he was definitely gonna take it. We went to game three. We had to flip for it. He won it again, so he went first. And unfortunately, a similar game to what happened in game one was going on. Although I will say, he did end up going one Archeops for that game, and he somehow still managed to be my Raging Bolt. Man, Lugia is just a tough matchup, and I could tell he was a good player, so yeah, he didn't make any mistakes. He played everything correctly, and I ended up losing game one. So it was kind of going in my favor there because of the double game loss. I could have donked him game three. Unfortunately, he was able to set up, and that's it. Once Lugia sets up, you're pretty much done. So that was game one. Now we're going into game two. Game two just ended. Ended up going to time, and we didn't even get to play a game three because we stopped playing right when time was called, when we finished round two or game two. And so apparently when that happens, you're not allowed to start a game three. So we called judge over, they confirmed, and we stopped it at game two, and it ended up just being a tie between both of us, which kind of sucks because it was a good matchup for me. I won game one. They were both pretty long because they were playing the Dragapult Lost Zone version. So they take a while to set up. They bring up a bunch of single prizers every turn. So it took a while. And also I actually did whiff the turn one KO. I had to stomp off my first turn. So that also slowed the first game down. But in the end, I was able to get everything that I needed to take game one. In game two, I actually ended up bricking. And I don't know if it was a right call. Maybe I could have scooped it when I wasn't attacking by like turn 3 or 4. I just kept stomp offing because all I had was Slitherwing and Sandy Shocks on the bench. They were able to cram their turn 1, and they crammed my Sandy Shocks. I retreated it, then played Sawdust to get some energies. But unfortunately, the energies that I had was just one fighting and one grass to work with for the first couple of turns. Couldn't get an Earthen Vessel, couldn't get another energy. So I again ended up stomp offing for like 2 to 3 turns. And then by that point, they were able to boss up and cram my Sandy Shocks a second time, and they went ahead in the prize race. By that point, maybe it was the right call just to scoop, but you never know. What if it happened in game 3 and I would have lost? But I don't know. I usually have a good matchup, so I feel like game 3 I probably could have come back and won that one if I had ended game 2 sooner. So yeah, my mistake there. Sometimes you just have to know when to scoop a game and go on to the next one. And because I didn't do that for this one, I ended up tying the round. So I am now 0-1-1 at NAIC 2024. And game 3 should be starting soon because we ended this at time. Ended up going to time. Game 3, I had a no-show, so I took that time to get a snack. And then I went to go explore, and I found this gem. I gotta show, this is the best part, I think. That's like so smart because I hate putting these with the dice.
Yeah, and the EV dice here is also comes with it.
Oh,
it's like heads and tails.
I see.
The EV tails.
Ah, okay. Heads, tails. And here's the playmat. So it's one of the only thing I don't like is the thin playmats. But I guess that's perfect for this event. And here's the playmat box. Dude, that's awesome. Thanks. So just finished round 4. Played against Tyranitar EX with Frostlass, which they also played the Dodrios, or Dodrios, and that was actually an interesting deck. I can see how it works because you're constantly building up damage on the Dodrio. Never seen that deck, so props to that guy. He was also 1-1-1 like me, but I did end up winning, so I am now 2-1-1 against Tyranitar EX. We ended up going all the way to time. I beat him in a long game 1, and then game 2, I pulled off Greninja 2 times against him, knocking out both his Tyranitars the first time, and then the second time he had just Buddy Puffined another set of Larvitars, and I Greninja'd them again, which was kind of crazy because I did end up using Pokestop, and I got exactly what I needed. I used Pokestop, got 2 energy switches, 1 switch card to bring Greninja into the active, and that's how I ended up winning that last game. I didn't end up winning it because game 1 took so long. The last game ended up going to time, but I just needed 1 more prize card and he needed 6, so I was well ahead of him, and either way, because I won the first game, I won the whole set. So I'm now 2-1-1. Let's keep hoping it goes well for me. All right, guys, so just finished round 5 and I ended up losing against Lost Zone Box. The first game was actually pretty good. I started off Sandy Shocks and I was able to get a turn 1 knockout on their Comfies. But overall, after that, my draws were pretty bad. I couldn't really set up the Greninja play to get 2 of their 2 prizes in 1 turn. And then the 1 turn where I was winning the prize race initially, so I was able to knock out 2 Comfies. And then the turn after I knocked out the second Comfy, they were able to knock out my Sandy Shocks with a Roaring Moon. And then I had the potential to get the return knockout to continue winning the prize race, go 2-2-2. But unfortunately, I did a very bad decision. And before because I had an energy to Greninja, and I ended up super routing all my grass energies because I really wanted to draw into the grass. I had 1 Ogerpon with a grass, and I just needed 2 more grass energies, 1 by the Teo Dance, and then the other 1 attachment. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and super route all my grass energies. Did that, concealed card, and I got energy retrieval, which would have allowed me to return knockout that Roaring Moon. But unfortunately, energy retrieval didn't give me any grass energies. So what I ended up having to do was just retreating and going into my Slitherwing and just stomp off, not even attacking it, just discarding the top card of their deck. And then they proceeded to Iron Hands me. And by that point, it was pretty much game over. So I scooped it up, went to game 2, and game 2, I started with Slitherwing. I decided to go second because you always want to go second with Raging Bolt. And all I had in my hand were 2 Sadas, 1 Fighting Energy, and I think nothing else that could have allowed me to draw more cards or anything. So on my turn, I drew my card for turn. I forgot what it was at this point, but nothing helpful. And I had to just attach and stomp off, and then on his turn, he was able to donk my Slitherwing with his Roaring Moon. So yeah, not a good game 2. So I ended up losing that one, and now I cannot lose anymore. I am once again 2-2-1. I feel like I always get to this point. I'm 2-2-1, and the next game will be the deciding factor. We'll see if this time I can continue to win. Usually at this point, because I always go 2-2-1, usually at this point, my next game, I always end up losing. So hopefully that will change this time and I could go into my next game and win it, because so far this has been my best performing regional. So I will continue to play, but we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Alright guys, just finished round 6, went up against Gardevoir EX, and I bricked like so hard. First game I started Raikou, so at least I could attack and knock out. Yeah, I couldn't attack until my second turn because all I could do was attach pass the first turn. I had 2 Sadas in hand, but no way to go and get an ancient Pokemon. So I was stuck just attaching and passing, and then after that attacking for a few turns. I wasn't able to get, honestly, I wasn't able to get an ancient Pokemon and use Sada until like turn 4 or 5 or something like that. But he was also having kind of a slow start that first game. It took him a while to set up. Like he didn't get his Gardevoir EX until his turn like 4. And even when he did, he wasn't able to knock out my Raikou. I don't know exactly what happened there, but he got his Gardevoir EX and then he passed because he couldn't knock out my Raikou. And in that same turn when he did that, he actually put down Artazon, and I thought that was going to help me out. I was going to go and get my Slitherwing. I use it, and my Slitherwing was freaking prized. So again, couldn't get an ancient Pokemon. I think I was able to get a Greninja though. I think I drew into Greninja, put him on the bench, and he brought up Mimikyu, so I couldn't attack the Mimikyu. I was scared of him knocking out my Raikou the following turn, so I ended up retreating into Greninja and passing. He then proceeded to Iono me, and then that's when I could finally play the game. So I drew into some ancient Pokemon. I actually drew into a Sada as well. He did end up knocking out just the Greninja, so I could still possibly win the prize race there. And after that, we actually kind of had a game. So I think the following turn, I drew into Forest Seal Stone, used the Forest Seal Stone. I needed to start getting ancient Pokemon, so I grabbed the ancient Pokemon that I thought was the best attacker for this matchup. And I grabbed Slitherwing for my prizes by Forest Seal Stoning for the Hisuian Heavy Ball. Grabbed the Slitherwing, then I was able to play Sada, and from there on, I started attacking and getting some prizes with Slitherwing. With the Sada, I was able to get a Raging Bolt on the bench as well, and the game got really close after that. I was left at 2 prizes, but then he ended up checkmating me at the end. He attacked with Gallade, the Buddy Catch Gallade, and he attacked into my Raging Bolt with that. I had enough prizes to knock out the Gardevoir EX and take game. So what he did was, when I attacked with Slitherwing, I do 90 damage to myself. Then he benched Monkey Dory. He put 3 damage onto the Slitherwing. So the following turn, he could have knocked out my Raging Bolt because he attacked for 160 with the Buddy Catch Gallade. And then he could have just moved 3 more damage counters to knock out the Slitherwing. So that was pretty much checkmate. I ended up scooping it up and went on to the next game, and then the next game was even worse. I started Squawkabilly, which I never want to even put in the game against Gardevoir. And I just motivated for a few turns, and then he was able to get his Gardevoir EX, still couldn't get any Pokemon, so he just knocked out my Squawkabilly with his Gardevoir EX. So yeah, kind of bricked both games. It was really bad. I was really hoping my Tex, because I did end up adding 2 Lost Vacuums as well as a Penny. I thought that would have helped out, but unfortunately I bricked and I wasn't really able to use those. I did actually end up using 1 Lost Vacuum in the first game. That's what helped me get close to winning the game. Had I drew into a boss, I would have won that first game. Unfortunately, didn't happen. So I am now out of day 2 contention, and I think I'm actually going to drop because I do Prof Otaku. For those of you who have been watching me since I was a manga tuber, he is actually close by, so he did invite me to go play some Texas Hold'em. So I think I'm going to go probably drop, and I'll go meet up with him. So yeah, I think that's it for me here at NAIC. We'll be doing side events tomorrow, try to get some stuff from the prize wall. But in terms of today, I am done for the day. I had some fun playing Raging Bolts, and yeah, still going to continue to play it at my locals because I love the deck, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, so today I decided to sleep a little bit in. It's about 10:30 a.m. and I'm walking over to the venue now. Today the goal is just to rack up some points and get some stuff from the prize wall, because apparently they have Cosmic Eclipse packs, which are one of the more coveted packs right now. They have all of like the tag team battles and some of the really high expensive trainer cards. And the catch is they're only 10 points, so you can get 10 points relatively easy. From what I heard, one of the challenges costs $10 to get into, and just with the first round you're guaranteed 20 points, and then if you win every round after that you get 20 additional points, and if you win the whole thing you get about 160 points or something like that. So $10 and you can get a whole bunch of packs that are worth $15 each. I think that's definitely worth it. So that's going to be the goal for today, as well as trying to get some plushies, because I always like getting those plushies. But yeah, decided to walk over to the venue today. Should get there before 11 a.m. when the challenge starts, so let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so unfortunately I got here too late, or not too late, but registration was already closed for the challenge that started at 11. So instead I signed us up for one that starts at 5, and then there's also like a tag team build and battle thing that happens at 2:30, which has to be with a group of 3, so that's perfect because I came with a group of 3. So I signed us up for that too. But the walk here was kind of long, so I'm taking a break here. I need to charge my phone. So I'm just gonna charge it for a bit, then I'll head inside and we'll see what other side events I can do while I wait for the 2:30 event. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's see how today goes. Hopefully better than yesterday, guys. Another thing I wanted to show you guys that I've been doing this weekend is show you guys my challenge binder. I got this one from Deep Pocket Monsters. This is the big challenge video that he did while he was in Japan for Worlds. So what it is basically, let me show you. What it is you basically give yourself some challenge there, you try to complete them, and then you put the card that completes the challenge in the spots right here. For example, I give myself some challenges locally where if I get first place at a challenge at a particular place, you usually get winnings, and I put my best pool for my winnings in here. So at Card Haven, one of my local TCG shops, I actually ended up pulling this Blastoise special illustration there, so that's definitely been the best pull so far. And then at TCG Nation, the shop that I go to the most, this Lugia V-Star was my best pull from the challenge that I won there. And then I still have not won a cup, so nothing here yet. And then I have some over here for some challenges in cup at another TCG shop that I usually go to. And then here is cards that I would use to get day 2 at a regional or at an IC. Unfortunately, still have not made day 2 at either one of these, so those are still blank. And then here are just my promos that I get from attending regionals. So I got those so far. And then here's where we get to what I'm doing here at NAIC. So trying to get signatures of some of the players, the top players or players that I generally watch on YouTube, some commentators that I enjoy watching as well. So I still need to get Pablo's signature. I don't got that one. I'm also still missing Boo's signature here. But so far I do have LDF. I have Tricky Jim. I got the whole team to sign that one. So JW Creewall, Andrew Mahone, and Jesse Parker. Those 3 have signed that one. Got Tord Reckliffe to sign the Charizard. So the interesting thing about this challenge is the first thing I do is I figure out what they're playing. LDF was playing Lost Zone Box, so I got a card to represent that. Their whole group is playing Goldango, so that's why I got them all to sign that card. Tord, he told me he was playing Charizard, so he was playing, so I got him to sign that. And then Sneaker Talk always playing Miraidon, so I already knew that. I came prepped in advance with this one, and he signed that as well. Azul GG and Chip Ritchie, they both played Gardevoir. I actually ended up giving Azul's card to his girlfriend because I could never catch him. He's always in the tables when I see him. So I just gave it to his girlfriend and asked her, hey, do you think you could get him to sign it? I'm gonna go pick it up later today. We'll see if he actually signed it or not. Maybe he thought that was weird, we'll see. But yeah, missing that card there. That's a Gardevoir EX, and then I'm gonna have Chip Ritchie sign the Monkey Dory. And then over here, these are actually some content creator that I found here. I found Real Breaking Nate. So I have cards at the back here. I asked him just choose one, and whichever one you like, you can go ahead and sign. He found this Wacky Sinistra EX, and he's like, I like that card, so he signed that one. Honestly, best signature out of everyone so far. Pretty cool. He even has a peace sign in there. Really cool signature. Then Leonhardt, I actually got that one signed at an event that I went of his earlier in the year. And then here we got Juancho. I know he loves Lugia, so I got him to sign that one. And then PTCG Radio, which I watch his content constantly to get all my Pokemon news, so had to get his signature. And I even got a photo with both of these, as well as a photo with Real Breaking Nate, which I'll put here on the screen. And then over here I got John Eng and Jared Grimes, both playing Chimpao. So I got John Eng was, I actually wanted Jared Grimes to sign the Chimpao because I know he's most known for Chimpao, but John Eng was the first person that I caught, and he said, I'll sign the Chimpao. So he signed that, and Jared Grimes signed the Excalibur. So, yep, that's all the signatures that I have so far. Most of the ones that I was planning to get, so I need to find 2 more people, because I don't like these being blank here. I want these to be part of the signature little space that I got here going on in the challenge binder. So I'm gonna see who else I can get to sign my cards, and I will put them right there. But for now, the only ones that I'm really missing from the people that I plan to get signatures of are Pablo, Boo, Chip Ritchie, Azul GG, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, pretty cool. I thought that was a cool little challenge. Again, got this binder from Deep Pocket Monsters. Really cool binder. I don't know if they're available anymore, but if you can get them, pretty cool if you want to do this like what I'm doing here and giving myself little Pokemon TCG challenges. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys, so as you can see, there was a huge line in the morning. I was not prepared for that, and because we pretty much got here right at 8, like 30 minutes before the venue opened, but there was already a huge line, and unfortunately I was not able to get the Cosmic Eclipse packs, so that kind of sucked, but that's fine. I ended up getting a big Mimikyu plushie. That was the last one there. I also got this pin purse from like an Eevee purse for Carla, so that was pretty cool. I think she would like that. And then I got a little Tatsugiri. Where is it? It's on this side. Yeah, we got a little Tatsugiri keychain because I did play Tatsugiri Dondozo for a bit. That was one of my favorite decks starting off, so I decided to get that for myself. Walking back, I did put all that stuff in the car, or the other stuff that I got, and going back to the venue to get some more points and see if I could get some more stuff from the prize wall. But looks like a lot of stuff is selling out, so we'll see what I'll be able to get by the end of the day. Should be fun though. We're just gonna do side events today, get more tickets, get more things from the prize wall, and I still need to get a few more signatures. Unfortunately, I was not able to get Azul GG signatures because he didn't make it into day 2. Couldn't get his signature in day 1. His girlfriend let me know that he ended up leaving right after day 1. I do know that he usually does that. If he doesn't make day 2, he just packs up and leaves. So I'm gonna have to try and get his signature at some other event in the future. But still need to get Booze from Frosted Karibu, Chip Ritchie, hopefully he's still here. I don't know if he left with us. I don't think so. And Mesa from Tablemon. And I think that's it. Actually, I need to try to see who I can get signatures from. So that's going to be the plan for today. But yeah, so far having fun with the event. Kind of wish I would have just came for side events, to be honest. Could have got packs yesterday or the day before, but it is what it is. We're just going to go have some fun.